Hey everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you know how we do it over here. Yes, we get our shout outs out the way first. So you know how I do it. Let's run that beautiful bean footage. All right, y'all, I want to just take a minute to give a shout out to all of the readers who decided to come on through and support the channel. Y'all are so precious. Y'all are everything. You keep me going. You encourage me. And I am so grateful and so thankful for each and every one of you. And first up is my girl Yulette. Yes, always and forever faithful Yulette. Yulette is everything. She is kind, she's sweet, she is faithful, and she is the number one cheerleader for the read. She is always pumping me up, giving me encouragement, and I appreciate her for that so very much. Sometimes you need that. You need to know people are in your corner, and Yulette is always in my corner. So thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here and being a part of this tribe. And baby sis doll came through. Yes, baby sis dolls came through. She is the best. She is. She is the sweetest. She's the kindest. She's so smart and she's so funny. And I am so grateful that she is a part of this community. So thank you, baby sis doll. And Jane Press came through. Yes, she did. The original. Yes, Jane Press came through. She has been with me since the beginning and she always rides hard. She is always supporting. She is always in the comments showing love, and I appreciate that so very much. I'm telling you, on down days, I go in there and I see Jane and she has a line of hearts, and that means so much to me. So thank you, Jane. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Jennifer Clark came through. Yes, Jennifer came through. Jennifer has been with me for a minute as well and is forever faithful. Always down with the read, always in the comments, always willing to share her knowledge. She is the best. She is. And I am so grateful for her. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for coming through. But most of all, thank you for being a part of this community. And cool Cat Harlem came through. Yes, the coolest came through. She is the coolest. She is the kindest. She is the sweetest. She is the best. And boy, is she smart. And she is always willing to share her knowledge. And I appreciate that so very much. So thank you, Cat. Thank you for coming through, and thank you for being here, being a part of this community. It means everything. And Angela May came through. Yes, Angela came through. And Angela is the sweetest, the kindest. She is so smart. She is so loving, and she is just the best. She is. And she has been with me for a minute. And boy, does she ride hard for the read. And I appreciate her so very much. So thank you, Angela. Thank you for the super thanks. And 2383521E came through. Yes, she did. She is so faithful and so kind and so smart and so sweet. And I can just go on and on and on. She is just so supportive. She is always, always down for the read, and I appreciate her so very much. So thank you, 2383521E. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for coming through and being so, so supportive. I appreciate it so very much. And my girl, the one, the only 08065 came through. Yes, she did. She is kind. She is sweet. She is funny. And she is faithful. And I appreciate her so very much. She is a ride or die, ride or die. And she is always, always in the comments. She's there to share her knowledge and to pick you up when you fall. She is the best. So thank you, 08065. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And my guy came through. Yes, y'all know who it is. Kevon Slims. Yes, Kevon came through. Always supporting, always down with the read, always saying something that needs to be said in the comments. He is the best. He is. And I am so grateful that he is a part of this community. So thank you, Kevon. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Beverly Jackson, 6875 came through. Yes, she did. Beverly is so kind and so, so, so very generous. She's just everything she is. She's always sharing her knowledge. She's always supporting. She is so faithful. And she is always, always down with the read. And I appreciate her so very much. So thank you, Beverly. Thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, boy, we got a lot to talk about. I'm telling you, these streets are smoking hot, has been smoking hot ever since it was leaked that Harry and Meghan is going to return to the UK. And as we find out more and more about it, it looks like it's more temporary than permanent. I'm just saying, it is starting to look that way. And we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about Megan's so called acting job. And I say so called in quotes because it's starting to look like that was a bald faced lie created out of whole cloth by those flying monkeys over there. Yes, and we're going to talk about it. Feminagra wrote an article about it, and we're going to discuss that. And Megan just keeps on keeping on as ever, has some sellouts, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about how the flying monkeys are dreading. They have one dread. Now they're happy. They are absolutely so happy. They're giddy that Harry and Meghan are returning, even though some of them are lying about it. But in actuality, we can tell they're happy. But one thing that they're not happy about, you want to guess what that is? The Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad. They don't want the Sussex Squad to come to town. And it's so funny. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the new Fab Four. Yes, it looks like the flying monkeys and all of those rags over there on Fleet Street has crowned a new Fab Four. And I'm telling you, it is hilarious. And we're going to talk about that. And of course, we're going to have some other things sprinkled in there. Y'all know how we do it. You know, y'all need to lock in and understand that I'm not going to keep you long, but I will keep you entertained. And we're going to start with this. And as you can see, while the British media loses its collective minds, Meghan just keeps on winning. She keeps on putting the points on the board. And this time it's the blackberry spread. Yes, the trio has sold out. I love it. I love it. I love it. And also the lavender Honey has sold out as well. This squatty posted about it and said, seems the lavender honey is in demand. Sold out again and again. Yes, Megan keeps selling out. Like I said, she keeps her eyes on the prize. Megan is going to continue with her business. She's going to continue to do what she wants to do. And let me tell you, what is going to be great about this is that palace has no control over Harry and Meghan, none whatsoever. Meghan gets to do what Meghan wants to do, and I just love it. They're not staying on crown property. They have no connections with that institution, which is absolutely chef's kiss, in my opinion. They cannot be controlled by them like they were when they were over there the first time. The control is all with Harry and Meghan. And I love it. I love it. They could not go back to Britain under better circumstances. I'm just saying, except, the press could be better. But in order for that to happen, hell would have to freeze over. I'm just saying. In the Guy Ritchie's Netflix series, The Gentleman, and because of that, it has been so many articles, so much buzz about it. Well, it seems like it might be a lie. Yes, you heard me, a lie that was made up by the media. I would not be surprised by this. But Rima Nagra wrote an article about it, and we're going to get into it. And the title of the article is Megan Sussex and the Gentleman. What's actually happening with the casting rumors? And the first of this article talks about the two so-called journalists that are at the center of this so-called rumor slash lie. And the first journalist, so-called journalist, because these people are not journalists. They are gossipers. That's all they are. And liars. That's all they do. But her name is Bonet Coy. And they say she was the first one to report on this. She went on ITV saying that Meghan was being offered a significant UK acting role. And then Tina Brown came in behind her and was saying that it was some kind of backlash. And because of this backlash, the role has been pulled. And it is just crazy that these two people started all of this, and we have not got confirmation from anybody, not Megan, not Netflix, not Guy Ritchie, not anybody, just these two flying monkeys. And it was reported in Deadline, it was reported in Hollywood Reporter, it was reported in Variety. And if you look at all of these publications, they have a history of writing lies and hit pieces about Harry and Meghan. And so, yeah, when you look back at this and put it under a magnifying glass, it's starting to fall apart. It really is. Because when you start putting the pieces together and really looking at the characters that are involved, you say to yourself, yeah, this seems very, very familiar. The same old, this smear campaign. I mean, coming up with something from whole cloth, then reporting on it, and then somehow saying that it was taken away from Meghan. I mean, it's the same old game, same old playbook. It is just ridiculous. These people go through so much to try to make Meghan look bad. I mean, they turn themselves inside out, making up lies, reporting on lies. Like Meghan said, they don't report the news, they create it. Now, this is the final thoughts of the article. It says maybe the role happens, maybe it doesn't. Meghan herself has not announced the role in The Gentleman, linked her UK move to the series, or confirmed any of these reported negotiations. That is the part people keep skipping over. Exactly. Exactly. And I am kind of guilty of that. I am, because I really believe that it was true when I first heard it. Mainly because a lot of the industry publications were posting about it and writing articles about it. So, yeah, I kind of fell for it. I did. But now that things are starting to come out more and more, yeah, I'm starting to doubt it more and more. Some of y'all in the comments of my last podcast, y'all got it exactly right. Y'all never believed it. And so now I'm doubting it. I really am doubting it. So we need to sit back and wait. I have learned that waiting is the best policy, seeing what is going to transpire. It is going to be a lot thrown against the wall, and a lot of it is them trying to see if it's going to stick or not. And none of it is possibly true. I mean, this is a very, very difficult time to ferret out the truth because there's so much being said, so much is being written, so much is being speculated about. So, y'all just hold tight with me, and I promise you, I will do the best I can. And it goes on to say, if nothing else, The Gentleman, already a successful Netflix series, has received another enormous burst of international publicity just before season 2 arrives. This is also why Harry and Meghan should not feel obliged to deny every story. The British press can and will manufacture 10 new narratives before breakfast. Responding to every one of them would become a full-time job. At this point, what Meghan actually does matter far more than what another royal commentator says she is about to do. Until Meghan, Netflix, or Guy Ritchie confirms what happened, we are watching an information economy built around her name in real time. Where is the lie? We see it in real time all the time. They plug Meghan's name into stuff that doesn't have anything to do with her. And this right here may be them playing that game, plugging her name into something to try to promote this television series. It absolutely could have been the plan the whole time, using her SEO to promote The Gentleman. I wouldn't put it past any of them. I wouldn't. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But changing gears, we're going to talk about the newly crowned Fab Four. It looks like Sarah No Neck Vine has crowned the new Fab Four, at least in her book, in her eyes. And I must say, it is definitely only her, because anybody else looking at these four women and knowing who they are know that it's nothing fab about any of them. She wrote an article over there at the Daily Mail Plus and said, Sarah Vine, sorry, Meghan, there's a new Fab Four now, and I wouldn't want to be in your shoes facing these remarkable, glamorous women across the dais in the drawing room at Balmoral. This article is nothing but projection. We all know who is intimidated and who they are intimidated by, and that would be Megan Sussex. Now, she might be a little intimidated by Anne, because Anne did get kicked in the head by a horse and is still standing. I don't care what nobody say. That's impressive. But Anne would be the only one. And the squatty that posted this said, ha 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 ha. The royal family Fab Four. Bah ha 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 ha. I mean, you can't make these things up. Yes, yes, you can, because that's exactly what Sarah Vine did. She made it up out of whole cloth. Because why would Meghan be intimidated by these women? These women who cannot draw flies. If all four of them ran naked through downtown London, they would barely make the front pages of their own rags. On the other hand, if Megan came out of her front door and sneezed, it would make the front pages of every news organization around the world. So remind me again, Sarah No Neck Vine, why Megan is supposed to feel some kind of way about these four women. Because I don't see where she should be intimidated by any of them. These women are unconsequential. And this squatty posted a picture of Sarah No Neck Vine, tagged her, and said Sarah Vine is a idiot at this point, completely lost the plot. The new glamorous Fab Four. I'm telling you, it is a cackle, is it not? And this squatty posted an article from the Daily Fail a while back. I think it was in 2023 that said the Fab Four is dead. Long live the Fab Four. How William and Kate, Edward and Sophie are the surprise new power team within the British royal family. And I'm telling you, Edward is so boring. You have to take his pulse to see if he is still alive. And they tried to sell them as the Fab Four. Well, now the new Fab Four is Cammy, Kate, Sophie, and Ann. I cannot with them people. I cannot. And this squatty said they kicked Edward out of the Fab Four. Nonsense. Yeah, he got kicked out and replaced with Anne. And William got kicked out as well and got replaced with Cammy. These people need to stop. And this squatty said the standards that we normal people have to look up to. Number one was a mistress and bed hopper. And number two, let another woman suffer under a disgusting lie to then observe and copy her. Where's the lie on that one? And number three, she tried to use her titles for business deals with a fake sheik. That would be Sophie. And number four, believes slavery has not disappeared. That would be Anne. I'll make some exceptions for Anne because Anne was kicked in the head by a horse. I mean, hard. And because of that, it's no telling what Anne believes. She could believe in Santa Claus at this point. And this squatty said every one of these women have been in loose-fitting casual clothes. It's just that no one cares enough to photograph them. When they do, no one remembers. Question remains, if the adulterous queen plus her cohorts are so desirable, why not leave Megan alone and delight in them? Exactly. Why not do that? If they're so fab, why did you have to put Megan's name in it at all? But we all know. We know the truth. You know the truth. And even the people reading the article know the truth. That's the reason they clicked on it. That is the reason why they paid the money to read it. It wasn't because of Cammy. It wasn't about Kate. It wasn't about Sophie or Anne. It is always, always about Megan. And this squatty said, why aren't all the newspapers writing about them incessantly instead of Megan? I'll give you a clue because they are boring as HE double hockey sticks. You lot crack me up. Yes, they know the truth. They know the truth, and Sarah No Neck Vine really knows the truth. Remember, she was on Good Morning Britain just cackling. She was just so giddy and so happy because Harry and Meghan was coming back. And the other flying monkey that was on the panel, she just told the truth and said, the editors on Fleet Street are absolutely delighted that Harry and Meghan are coming back because maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to keep the newspapers going for another 2 or 3 years. Yes, they were just that close to slipping down the drain. And because of that, they should know that Harry and Meghan, they are the king and queen of the United Kingdom. And this is another reason why I really feel that unknown people was lobbying for Harry and Meghan to come back. And I would not be surprised that some of the people who were lobbying were owners of those rags over there, because they know that they were circling the drain, and those left behinds was not going to cut it. They could not save them. So that is the reason why I believe it's a possibility. Y'all tell me what y'all think, that some of the people who was lobbying for Harry and Meghan to come back through the government was the owners of those rags. I'm just saying. And I want to put this up. Zanny Sussex posted this, and it is an article about Richard Maureen Eden. And we know that he gets fed a lot from Kensington Palace. And he wrote an article, and the title is Exclusive. And like I said, when it says exclusive, it came straight from Kensington Palace. It says, King Charles must put his foot down. Either he forces Harry to apologize or strip him of his titles. Now, who do you think is saying that? Who do you think that could be? That's straight out of Kensington Palace. Force Harry to apologize or strip him of his titles. That's the only way he can come back. Get out of here. Get out of here, William. But Zanny said Richard Eden has officially lost his marbles, and it's Charles and William who needs to apologize to Harry and Meghan. Where's the lie? Where is it? Apologize for what? Apologize who? We have said this time and time again. Willie is absolutely psychotic if he thinks Harry owes him an apology. Because let's not get it twisted. It was Willie and Kitty who started this whole thing, planning stories, planning lies, and absolutely playing the victim, and getting their flying monkeys to sit on panels and do nothing but smear Harry and Meghan all day, every day. So Harry owes them an apology? Really? In what world? In what universe? Because surely not in this one. And this squatty, Sussex Soldier, I had to give her props. She wrote this very extensive comment on why Harry doesn't owe Willie and Kitty anything. And this is what she says. Apologize to whom for what? Harry and Meghan don't owe the royal family any apologies. Tell Kate Middleton to apologize publicly for letting the world believe for almost 3 years that Meghan made her cry. Tell Kate to apologize publicly to Meghan for the fact that Meghan experienced unaliving thoughts and received death threats because of that lie. Let's not forget that. Meghan got death threats. And y'all remember, Meghan got a letter in the mail with white powder. It was an anthrax threat. I mean, something deadly like that. It turned out not to be anthrax, but it's still, the intent was to terrify. It was mailed to Kensington Palace. All because of the hate that they had stirred up against this woman who had done nothing to nobody. All because Kate felt threatened and intimidated by a woman who could outdo her before she got up out of the bed in the morning. So her reaction wasn't to level up and improve herself. No, it was to tear Meghan down in order for her to look better. And neither one happened. And the squatty goes on to say, tell Kate to apologize for what she did to a pregnant woman. Meghan was pregnant with Archie when Kate spread that lie. Tell the royal family to apologize publicly to Meghan for refusing to clear up the lie. Tell Prince William to apologize publicly for sending Jason Knopf to help the Daily Mail with its case against his brother's wife. Tell William and Kate to apologize publicly for leaking lies about Harry and Meghan to the press. Tell William to apologize publicly for using the British media against his brother and for breaking the vow that they made to never use each other's office against one another. Tell William to apologize publicly for using the media against his brother and sister-in-law every day. Tell William to apologize publicly for putting Harry's name on a statement that Harry had nothing to do with. Tell the royal family to apologize publicly for lying that Meghan bullied staff. Yes, that was a vicious, vicious lie. Tell the royal family to publicly apologize to Meghan for never defending her and her children against racism. Ooh, that one right there. It hits different, does it not? Let's not forget. What was it, 73? It was 70 some odd MPs came out to defend Meghan while that family stood quiet. Y'all remember that? And yet they want Harry and Meghan to apologize? Okay. And it says, tell the royal family to apologize publicly for sending the British media after Harry and Meghan. We know they did this. They did this. And it says, tell William to apologize publicly for throwing Harry and Meghan under the bus to take the attention away from the story about his affair with Rose Hanbury. Yes, what about that? And we know that to be true because who? That would be Dan Wooten, because he was writing about the whole affair, and all of a sudden he started getting the huge scoops from Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. Y'all remember that? All of a sudden he knew everything. Yeah, apologize for that. And this squatty goes on to say, and that was just a few. If Harry and Meghan ever write an apology letter or apologize to those leftovers through a microphone, I will be done with them. It's where I draw the line. I will just leave X without looking back. Woo! I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan apologizing to that family would be a very, very hard pill to swallow for me. I don't know if I could swallow it. It would definitely get stuck in my throat. I'm just saying. I'm not even really going to talk about that because, woo, that right there would be very, very hard for me. All right, y'all, I am going to play a video of a young woman who explains to you exactly what's going on when it comes to that family and that press. I'm going to play it and we'll talk on the other side.
Harry and Meghan haven't even moved back to the UK yet, but the British press is already preparing to blame Meghan Markle for absolutely everything when they do. They haven't publicly explained why they're moving back. Buckingham Palace hasn't commented, and we know very little beyond the fact that they're planning to live privately and their children will attend school here. But of course, an insider already knows that Meghan doesn't want to come back. Harry is miserable and he's issued her an ultimatum. How convenient. Before she's even arrived, they've already written the entire story for her. Harry wants to come home and she's the difficult wife resisting him. Their marriage is under pressure and the move is already causing problems. And if that story falls apart, don't worry, they'll just write another one. If Meghan chooses to stay private, then she'll be accused of refusing to embrace Britain. If she's seen in public, she'll be accused of chasing attention. If Harry reconciles with his family, then she's evil because she kept them apart for years. And if he doesn't reconcile, she's still the reason why. You get the point. Harry Harry is a 41-year-old grown man who is perfectly capable of making his own decisions, but the press has spent years removing every single bit of responsibility from him because blaming the black woman that he married sells more newspapers. Meghan can't ever win because she was never supposed to. They decided who she was years ago, and now they write every single story backwards to make Meghan fit it.
No lies was told in that video, was it not? I mean, she absolutely laid it out perfectly. And people are really starting to see exactly what is going on here with that trash media over there. Yes, people have started to figure it out. I see more and more videos like this on these internet streets every day. I am shocked by it. That is the reason why I say Harry and Meghan are coming back into a situation that is very, very different. Those flying monkeys and that family are not the ones who have control anymore. Harry and Meghan have control over all of them because one thing that Harry and Meghan's absence made them realize is that they need Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan do not need them. And the squatty that posted this video said, it's not even funny how everyone on the planet knows the UK playbook now. Can't wait for this extended visit to be over. Yeah, me too. Me too. But it is going to be interesting. Now, it might absolutely be a battle that squatties are having to fight. But, it's going to be an interesting battle. I'll just say it that way. And I want to play this little clip of her name is Emily Carver, and she is nothing but a little troll. She's over there on GB News, and she is absolutely giddy that Harry and Meghan is coming back. She even said that she feels like it's a vote of confidence for the nation. This is a woman who never had a good word for Harry and Meghan. And so I'm just going to play just a snippet of it and just show you all of these flying monkeys are absolutely out of their minds happy because Harry is coming home.
It's keeping you busy, Cameron, at least, so perhaps you can't be neutral in that respect.
Yes.
I'm actually quite happy that they're coming back to Britain. I think it's a vote of confidence in our nation. That's about it.
Is that all you think about it? Yes.
Well, I don't suppose he's going to be best buds with his brother. I don't suppose that he's going to have a fantastic relationship with his father going forward.
No.
But.
Well, I think he is going to try and have a good relationship with his father, but I think you're right, Emily. I don't think there's going to be much of a relationship with Prince William, at least in the early days. But actually, I think the biggest issue could potentially be with the government's response to all of this. I do take umbrage slightly with what Andy Burnham was saying, which is that the security of Harry and Meghan is a private matter. I'm afraid it's not, because if taxpayers are suddenly going to have to foot the bill for the security of two non-working royals, then I think the public deserve to know about that.
But is he saying they're not, that we're not going to have to?
Well, we don't know the answer.
Would be true.
And there you have it. She is absolutely thrilled. She is. And talking about, that's all I'll say about that. And also, it is a big tale that the Prime Minister will not elaborate on Harry and Meghan's security. Did y'all hear that? What y'all think about that? I think it's because Harry and Meghan are getting security, and Harry and Meghan is in country because of the government. Y'all know my theory. I put it in my last podcast. Yes, I believe it was not Charles, and it definitely was not William that wanted Harry back. It was the government. They wanted Harry back. I'm just saying. And the squatty that posted this said of Emily Carver saying that she's glad they're coming back because it's a vote of confidence for the nation. These people are actually happy, but they have to still project rage because rage is what sells. Yeah, I believe it is going to be a whole different ball game because Harry and Meghan are coming back as winners. Now, they can portray it any way they want to, but we all know Harry and Meghan are coming home as winners. They're not coming home. They're not coming home with their tails between their legs. They're coming home with 3 homes, a successful business, and Harry is now a global statesman. And even Camilla Tominey could not hide her happiness, her joy of Harry and Meghan coming back. She put out this little think piece, her and Andrew Pierce. I mean, all of them. I think that old Charlotte Griffith, she put one out, all talking about their thoughts about Harry and Meghan and what is going to happen when Harry and Meghan return. Like, who in the world gives 2 shits about what they think? But they are just so thrilled that they have somebody interesting to talk about. And I just love it. I love that these people are showing exactly who they are, that they know that that family is nothing without Harry and Meghan. It is nothing. And this right here proves it. And this squatty posted a little video from Camilla Tominey. I am not going to play it because it is full of nonsense. This is what she posted. Telegraph exclusive. The Sussexes back in Blighty as if more like. Yet when you get over the shock of it, when you come to terms with and then she goes into this whole spiel that nobody cares about. But the squatty that posted this said, even Camilla Tominey struggles to hide her excitement. Yeah, because she put out a whole think piece. Like anybody cares about what flat-faced Camilla Tominey thinks about anything. And this squatty said the British media is excited about the return of real royalty. They even sent a reporter to the Cotswolds already. And y'all know they are thinking that that's where Harry and Meghan may have a house or get a house. They have no idea where Harry and Meghan is going to be living. But you know, the anticipation has them in a chokehold. Yes, it does. It says, I'm not sure why they tell us that Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, are not royal anymore when they actually act as if they're superstar royals and are giddy with delight about their return. They're giddy. They're really, really giddy. Meghan and Harry have them, like I said, in a complete body check. And it says he couldn't get a negative comment about Meghan and her jam from a Cotswold jam seller he spoke to, who is happy that Meghan may be moving to the Cotswolds. Now, I'm going to play a little bit of this and we'll talk on the other side.
We are in Cirencester, what is known as the capital of the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds is kind of deemed to be one of the areas that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex could well be moving to as they head back to the UK in the next week or so. Lots of reasons for why this area might be appropriate. Not only that Meghan knows a lot of some of the celebrities that are of course famous for living in these parts, no less the likes of Ellen DeGeneres, but also with the locations for Prince Harry, if he is to make any reconciliations with the likes of His Majesty the King, Highgrove not too far away. So ideally, the Cotswolds could be a perfect location for them to return to. But we're here in Cirencester in the middle of this market today because, of course, one of the things that we know Meghan did as one of her things out in America was, as ever, her range of jams and different kind of goods. So let's speak to a market stall trader, shall we, about all of this. Gregory Davis is the owner of Auntie's Sauces. Fantastic stall, I must say, that you've got here.
Thank you.
Just initially, what do you kind of make to all of this about Meghan and Harry kind of coming back to the UK?
I think it's great. Nice that they're coming back to the UK.
What about
America anymore?
What about the Cotswolds?
Oh, the Cotswolds. Yeah, it's great for the Cotswolds. It'd be great for everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, tell us a little bit then about your stall, about some of your
And
business.
then he goes into his jams and whatnot. But yes, they are absolutely over the moon. And they want to pretend like they're not. But they're sending people out to an area where they think that Harry and Meghan may have a home. I mean, it is so ridiculous. And I saw a person, I can't remember who it was, on a panel saying that when have they done any of this for Willie and Kitty? Especially not Charles or his horse. They don't create this kind of excitement. Harry and Meghan does. And they absolutely cannot deny it. And like I said earlier, Harry and Meghan do not need them. They need Harry and Meghan. And that became very clear during the 6 years that Harry and Meghan was in the United States. That Harry and Meghan didn't need that family. They really thought that. That is the reason why they let them go, because they thought Harry and Meghan was going to come back, tail between legs, defeated, and begging to come back. Yes, that's what they thought. But in return, what they found out that Harry and Meghan can make it on their own. They don't need the royal family. But in return, the royal family found out that they really needed Harry and Meghan. And I just love that for them. I do. And I love it for Harry and Meghan because that is power. And of course, Tom Thumbhead Sykes is over the moon about all of this. And Zanny posted about it and said, Raw reporters are literally wetting themselves with excitement at the prospect of Harry and Meghan moving back. Here's Tom Sykes openly admitting how excited he is and how he's looking forward to incredible drama conflict between Harry and William. He says he no longer has to look resentfully at LA reporters getting all the stories about Harry and Meghan. And here it is. They don't want peace or reconciliation. They want access, drama, conflict, and content. Where is the lie? And those courtiers feed into that. And I believe that that right there is the problem. Those courtiers working with the press. It is all about using that family to their advantage to gain power, to gain prestige, and financial gain. They don't want that family to have peace. They don't want that family to love one another. They want that family to be torn apart because it's more valuable to them that way. It's like an old wrecked car. The pieces are more valuable than the whole. And Zanny said, there's seriously something not right in the head about British royal reporters. Exactly. Exactly. All of them are batshit crazy. And I'm going to play this clip from Tom Thumbhead Sykes, and you'll see how batshit crazy he is with those nasty teeth. I'm telling you. Ugh. Try not to throw up watching the video, and we'll talk on the other side.
I'm so excited about Harry and Meghan moving back because it's just going to be the most unbelievable story. It's going to be the most incredible drama. They're back on my patch. They're back on my wheelhouse. I'm not going to have to look resentfully at all these people in LA getting stories that I couldn't possibly get. So it's going to be if you think the last 6 years has been crazy, wait till what's going to happen over the next couple of years. We're going to have a rival court. We're going to have incredible conflict between William and Harry. It looks like Charles, has paved the way for this to happen for Harry. There's this kind of, frankly, intelligence insulting briefing going around from the palace saying that Charles knew nothing about this at all until Sunday evening. I mean, well, as I wrote in my Substack, if you believe that, you might want to go and have a word with Clive Alderton and ask him why he resigned 3 weeks ago from his position. And clearly, Clive resigned because he knew this was happening and he thought it was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea for the monarchy.
Now tell me that's not batshit crazy. Tell me that is not batshit crazy. It's something wrong with these people. I mean, they want the conflict. They would be happy if William choked Harry to death. That would be a big story. I mean, I have never saw anything like this before I start following this family. I didn't know people like these so-called royal reporters even existed. These people are true parasites. These people are true imbeciles. It's as if it doesn't register to them that these are real human beings. This is Harry's real life. This is Meghan's real life. And Archie and Lily. I mean, it's as if they don't understand that. It's as if they have disassociated themselves and really think that these people are not human beings. And Harry and Meghan are the only human ones in there. Now, them other lizard people, maybe I could understand. But Harry and Meghan are real human beings. And this man is sitting up there relishing the idea that their lives will go to shit. I cannot. And that is the reason why I cannot just retire as a squatty. Because this is what Harry and Meghan has to contend with. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this crazy ass man. I'm just saying. And I want to put this up because this squatty is posting about the one thing that these flying monkeys, these ugly old hags, these toadies, these arrangers, and these royalists are not happy about, and that is the Sussex Squad. They are not happy about the Sussex Squad landing on the shores of the UK. This squatty posted about it and said, oh, squad, you're being talked about. One network radio TV said not only are Harry and Meghan are coming back, but that damn Sussex Squad is coming. Not damn Sussex Squad. What are you doing to these people? We are doing nothing to them. But they know without a shadow of a doubt that they will not be able to abuse Harry and Meghan in peace. And they absolutely want to do that. That is exactly what they want. And they know wherever Harry and Meghan go, guess who shows up? The Sussex Squad. Y'all, I love it. I love that we are being talked about. And I love that they know that our presence carries some weight. And they know that we don't play about Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan, Prince Archie, Princess Lily, Mama Doria, Mama Mia, Poola, and we don't even play about the chickens. This squatty said, that's good. Don't play with us. Besides, there are squatties everywhere, including British squatties already in Britain. We don't need to go all the way there to light their arses on fire. Anyway, we're ready to fry them anytime. Yes, and they know this. This squatty said, that damn Sussex Squad are coming. They don't want to see us, but we coming. This squatty said, we're just doing our jobs. Not the one they like to insinuate that we're being paid, but the fact that we've seen the British media's hateful coverage from day one after Harry and Meghan's relationship was exposed. Silence is not an option, especially after Professor Arday was hounded to his death. Here we go. Yes, here we go. We will light you up. We will. That's one thing squatties are good at, lighting you up. And they know it. And this squatty said, I'm only a threat if you make me one. Yes, if they make us a threat, then that's exactly what we're going to be. Absolutely. We'll light you up. I love saying that. Yes, but I also love doing it because I will light you up in a comment. I will. And this squatty said, they hate Harry and Meghan, but I am sure they hate us more because we don't let them spread their lies and abuse her and them in peace. Exactly. Exactly. And that is the reason why they want to try to make us out as the bad guy. But in actuality, we are the heroes of the story. Yes, because Megan, absolutely. This is my opinion. I really don't think Harry and Meghan would have made it without the support of the Sussex Squad. Now, I'm not saying that we did everything, but we definitely helped. We did, and we continue to help. Because if we didn't, why do we strike fear in the hearts of all of those flying monkeys over there? Yeah, they said that they're glad Harry and Meghan is coming, but that damn Sussex Squad. And I want to talk about this. They done drug up Thomas Markle Sr. Surprise, surprise. Who did not see this one coming? Because they always drag him up every time Harry and Meghan are on the world stage for something. Here he comes. But let me tell you, the Sussex Squad got in these comments and absolutely drug everybody. If anybody got in there trying to take up a Thomas Markle, I know 6, 7 squaddies jumped in their comments and absolutely drugged them for filth. And then turn around and skull drag Thomas Markle Sr., as they should. Look what the Mirror said. Thomas Markle fears that he will never meet his grandchildren as they return to the UK. He was never going to meet them anyway, because at the end of the day, he has proven himself to be trash. And the squatty that posted this said, the Mirror drags out the sperm donor again. This man sold his own daughter to the British media. He's no father. He's just her sperm donor. A good father will never join trolls to attack or berate his own children. Where's the lie? Where is it? Thomas Markle can never redeem himself. And when he can't get along with none of his children, Scammy, or that wretched Thomas Markle Jr., how in the world did he expect us to think that he is a decent person when he can't even get along with the crummy side of his family? I mean, it makes no sense. But like I said, they went in those comments and they skull dragged him up and down these internet streets. And I loved it. It was really enjoyable. And here's some examples. This squatty said, oh, the Mirror has woke up bad dad. He has 5 other grandchildren, including Ashley and Christopher, who he's never met, plus multiple great-grandchildren. Doesn't he publicly yearn to meet them? Doubt it. So it's still only the royal grandchildren he wants. Pathetic. Exactly. And he wants to take a picture with them so he can sell it. That is who Thomas Markle Sr. is. He is a scumbucket. And this other squatty said he hasn't met multiple grandchildren, so he should be used to it. Exactly. I'm telling you, these comments was hilarious. And Zanny said Thomas Markle should never have contact with the Sussex children. Any access to Archie and Lily would simply become more material to sell to the toxic Daily Fail. Where's the lie? Where is it? It is known if you want to predict the future, look at the past. And in the past, that's all he has done, is try to make a profit off of his daughter. He sold her out for $1,500. Y'all know I showed you the receipt in what, 2 or 3 podcasts back? Yes. And then had the nerve to sue for, what was it, a breach of contract, because they didn't give him more money. So miss me with Thomas Markle, miss me completely. And Zanny posted this therapist. It's called Therapy with Josh. And he said, you're depriving the child of a relationship with this grandparent. Me, no, I'm protecting them from the abusive person and instilling in them that family is never an excuse for mistreatment. Where's the lie? Come on through, Josh. Come on through. I'm going to change gears because it was something really, really interesting came down my timeline, and it was posted by TMZ. Now, I cannot play the video because TMZ is notorious for absolutely dinging you with anything, any kind of video that belongs to them. They are notorious at it. So I am just going to play the audio and put up some pictures, but I promise you, you are going to be so intrigued. This is a promo for a show that is presently playing on Hulu. And it is fascinating. It is. So I'm going to play the soundbite and we're going to talk on the other side. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about, but I promise you, your mouth is going to be agape.
Diana was taken to the hospital, but she wasn't rushed there by any means. In fact, paramedics took their time and even stopped en route. The crash occurred at 12:23 a.m. Diana didn't get to the hospital until 2:06 a.m. It took an hour and 45 minutes, and the hospital is less than 4 miles away. She died minutes after arriving.
I think there's something we're missing. The way that the French EMTs handled Diana in the back of that ambulance. Why do you have the most famous person in the world in the back of your ambulance? You know she's in cardiac arrest. You know she's been in a fatal car crash. You know her blood pressure's falling. There's a level 1 trauma center 3.7 miles away, and it takes you an hour and 45 minutes to get her there?
Most famous woman in the world, bigger than Elvis, more revered than the Pope. There's no sense of urgency to get this lady out of the car, stabilized, into the ambulance. 3.7 miles that should have been covered in a couple of minutes, particularly because the ambulance leaves there with a police escort.
They get 6 minutes away from the hospital, and they pull over and stop the ambulance again. They arrive to the hospital, and she dies a minute later. French protocol states, if you have someone in the back of the ambulance that is severely injured, you cannot move. You have to stabilize that person, especially in Diana's situation where her blood pressure is dangerously low.
Yeah, well, I think all that's irrelevant. I got a real problem with this French protocol of stabilize and then transport. You've just come up on a car crash. You got dead people in there. You got this woman in there. You're a medical doctor. It's not like you're some 18-year-old EMT studying to become a paramedic.
Right.
Surely it had to occur to you. This woman's got massive head injuries, internal bleeding probability. Get her in the ambulance and go.
Now, that is just some of it. Now, I am going to make it my business to watch it, but is your mouth agape? Mine is. To think that the hospital was right there and it took that long to get her there. It makes no sense. Nothing about Diana's death make any sense to me. I mean, it just... It is crazy. And I, you know what I think? You know what I think? It was all to make the bed hopper queen, my opinion, because it just doesn't make sense any other way. It clearly, something was going on. Something was going on. Somebody made a phone call and said, take your time. That's my belief. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this. And tell me in the comments if you're going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. It's on Hulu. All right, y'all. Y'all know I love to end on a positive note. And I'm going to end with Zanny. Zanny posted this beautiful picture. Y'all know this is one of my favorite. And said, the real king and queen of the United Kingdom. Who can argue with that? I don't think nobody can. Because if you look how those people are acting, just because Harry and Meghan is coming back to the UK, yeah, they're the real royalties. Yes, they are the real king and queen. All right, y'all. Y'all know I love spending time with y'all, and I will be back really, really soon. If you want to support the channel, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look below, hit the three dots. You should find the super thanks button. And if you happen to see the hype button, hype your girl up. I know it is late and you maybe do not have any hypes left for this week. But if you're watching me on Monday, you should have some. And if you do, hype your girl up because it really, really, really helps the channel. It puts the podcast out to new eyeballs. And that is the way we gain new members to our tribe. And we always, always want to grow. Also, if you want to be a channel member and be a part of the reading club, it's a link below, or you can just click my picture, click join, and follow the prompts. Also, the super thanks button, if you're watching on television, it's a little dollar sign. You can click that. It should be right under your picture. Also, I have so many ways in my bio if you want to support the channel. We have Zelle, we have PayPal, and we have Buy Me a Coffee. And if you don't want to do any of that and you want to go on over there to patreon.com/royalread, then you can support me over there. I have a reading club over there, or you can just join for free because I'm posting over there all the time. I hadn't posted in a while, but I will post something soon, I promise. Usually, if I run into something really funny or something, I'll post it over there. So, yeah, get the free membership. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.